Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Crossover Convos. I am joined by my co-host, as always, the sexy Mikey Pies. And I am also joined by the guy who his name is Leo. Leo Ains is the name, getting views is the game. Leo Ains, how's it going, man?
You know what? That is cold. That's the coldest introduction I've gotten in a while. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, lads. I'm happy to be on the best podcast in the smaller community, rising up. Gonna be at the top very, very soon. Yeah, I'm happy to be here, man.
We're glad to have you on, and I'm glad that you know that we are just levels above anyone else in this scene. So, it's
It's
good to have
true.
you on. But so yeah, first question I want to ask: did you watch DKM yesterday?
I did, and you know what? It made me gassed. I want to fight on DKM at the end of the year because after seeing that event, I think like we have some like when we used to watch these outcasts and the SCB events that like we'd see it, but we'd
Yeah.
go, all right, there's 25% chance of there being another event because of everything we've seen in the past. But I have a good feeling that we're gonna see a couple more events. Obviously, they got one planned for the 24th of March.
March.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um Finn Maguire. So I don't know if he's headlining, but I know he's gonna be fighting. So yeah, it's made me confident. I was watching it. I was doing a bit of training while watching it because it just got me so hyped.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was a solid event. I thought it was a very, very good event for what I paid for. It was like £10. Like that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
decent. You can't go wrong, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, very, very, very good event, and that segued me into the next question. The reason I asked that is I was going to ask, did that make you interested in wanting to fight? But there we go. So, do you have
Yeah,
any,
no,
do you have any names you want to fight? Any names in mind?
this is the question. This is the question because I've spoken to quite a few people now. I've spoken to like the breakout, the outcasts, the kind of DK. I'm not fully like in talks, but just like bringing it up. And I've spoken to a lot of people, and it's the opponent is the big factor because they're these promotions they're putting on regular fights now. So I want to fight at the end of the year. That's the kind of date that I've given myself. But the opponent is it's a weird one because there's a lot of people who said they'd be up for it, but then at the same time, I think this might be a one and done, and so I want to make it worth it because I could do a lot of things, but if
Yeah.
this is going to be a one and done, I want to make it really really important. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What would be the weight you'd want to go for?
I think heavyweight, like around like 90 kg. So
Okay.
heavyweight or cruiserweight. I mean, it just depends who the opponent is. You know what I mean? Like if it was a like worthy opponent who kind of it would make sense, but they were cruiser, I wouldn't mind like dropping a few kg,
Yeah.
trying to get down to them. But then it goes the other way. If it's a bigger guy, wouldn't mind putting on a few kg to get up to them. But it just really depends, man, because I'm all about a storyline. I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. Like, if I just want to have a boxing match, I'd have a white collar qualifier. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so the story has to be right. And I'm not. That's the one thing. What do you guys think? Like, personally?
Well, I know someone, right? And he called you out at the event at the 002, and I was speaking to him the other day. Brandon Anthony,
Ah,
he wants this fight.
What the
Are you interested in that?
you know what? I rate Brandon because he's consistent. He's consistent with calling me out, but he's not very consistent with the whole fighting thing. Like, I've heard that sometimes he wants to fight, sometimes he doesn't want to fight, and it's like sometimes we'll be good mates, some days he'll be calling me out, and it's hard to have a fight with someone like that because obviously elephant in the room. My following is a bit bigger than his, and the thing is, I've gotten out of that space of being a bit egotistical, saying, "Oh, I want to fight a bigger creator," because we can't all get what we want. You know what I mean? And like, I can't expect that because I don't rate myself as high as that. So I just want to fight with a good story. And I guess it kind of has that because he's been calling me out for a while. But then again, it's like if I see the numbers in some sense, if I see like people want to see the fight,
Yeah.
then it's pushed me towards it because as of now, if we were to fight, the only thing that would interest people is the boxing skill. And
Hmm.
he's already had a fight, knocked Ethan out. It didn't really say much because no offense to Ethan, but I just don't think he was there for a fight that night. I think he was just
Yeah.
he just yeah that didn't really sit right with me. But like Brandon, he's a good boxer, and that's why it's kind of like I got in the ring with him, he's a good little fighter, but I don't know if I'd afterwards, if I was to win or lose, I don't think I'd be like, oh well, like what now? If I was to say I'm not fighting again, even if I did beat him, I think, well, was that really worth it? If I could have waited a bit longer, seen my options, do you know what I mean? But like, I don't want to kind of like shut it down because I do like Brandon, but if he puts a YouTube video out and 1K views, that's a reasonable number, gets more than 1,000 views, talking about fighting me, bringing a little bit of interest, then you know what? Fair enough. We could sort something out. It could be a spar or it could be a fight, but the number is 1,000, and that's the challenge. If he's watching, Brandon, I respect you, and that's why I'm giving this kind of like challenge to you. There's a lot of people that are calling me out. Like, there's just some knobheads who just want to fight just to prove they're a better boxer. Like, there's probably a lot of better boxers than me, but I wanna prove something. And if he wants it that bad, if he get the 1,000 views, it'll help him out as well. Then we can do something. But yeah, I think that's
the promotion would be really good for that fight because Brandon would really promote that.
But the thing is, it's this leads into a bigger topic in terms of promotion in the YouTube boxing scene. But he would probably make a lot of content, but his reach, I get scared that it would be wasted promotion in the sense that it wouldn't reach out. I feel like there's a storyline to be had, and I don't know if it is with Brandon. But then again, like, we don't know. Like, another guy like Mark Flames, he called me out. He because the editor versus editor kind of thing. And if I'm fighting at the end of the year, that would be on the UK versus US card DKM want to put on, I think. So that would make that, for me, that makes more sense. Like, in terms of opponent, no offense to Mark, I think he's a bit boring, doesn't really say much. So it's like I don't really kind of see having a back and forth. Maybe Brandon would be a better opponent in terms of that. But just like in terms of storyline, editor versus editor, UK versus US, that's what those things are. That's what those things are interesting me right now. And with Brandon, I don't know, like, other than like big guy versus big guy, what else is there? Like, YouTuber versus YouTuber, we've seen that. What is different, do you guys think, about that fight? Because I can't think of much, and it pains me to say that because I do like Brandon, but then again, it's like I just don't see the point of kind of creating that animosity with someone to fight them when we've both been fine with each other, we've both been good friends. Do you know what I mean? And like, that's just my point of it. But tell me if I'm being wrong, if I'm being egotistical, because it's like I've only really thought to myself about it. But yeah, I don't know. That's my thoughts about it right now.
Like, I get what you mean for the bigger reach, but the smaller community would definitely love it.
Yeah, no, I do agree with that.
So I mean, hey, if you watch Crossover Convos, you know what's going to happen here. Me and you, cruiserweight. What we saying?
I mean, if you're down, I mean, yeah, let's do it.
All right, fuck it. End of the year, me and you at cruiserweight.
End of year, what's good? Wait, are you being serious?
I'll fight you. Yeah, I'll be serious. Yeah, 100%. I'll fight you.
Nah, Cal, I don't want to hurt you. I don't want to hurt you, my friend. I don't want to do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cal.
I don't think you need to worry about that.
I just don't want you're a nice guy. I don't want to see you with a black eye. I don't want to see you on the canvas. That's what I'm saying.
Ooh,
but
you ain't gonna be seeing that. But that chin's looking nice about your hook. You look nice right on it. Come on.
This chin is thick. It would take a lot, bro. Francis and maybe Francis and Garni would, but it'd take a lot to knock me out, bro. I've been punched, and like, I'm not saying that I've trained with elites. Like, I haven't trained with anyone massive, but I've been punched.
Yeah.
In boxing gloves, without boxing gloves, and I have a good chin. Let's put it that way. I'm a big guy. But yeah, well, that shocked me, Cal. I thought we were brothers, but that's that's where your mind is at.
Yeah, come on. Hey, I'll fight you. Come on, end of the year. Come on.
Well, if the numbers, if I see the numbers there, then we could.
Yeah, okay. Now, yeah, I don't get views. I don't think it's gonna happen.
No, you popped up on my For You page a couple of weeks ago. You're not doing too bad. You're doing better than Brandon.
Hey, come on now, shot.
Oh,
No, not even a shot to Brandon. I'm just trolling, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like with that Mark Flames call out, he got couple people interested, whereas like that Vim Yonk called me out, got like 1 like on the post, and like then again, like I don't really get that many likes on Twitter. Like YouTube's my main social media. But then it's like Brandon called me out, it got like 1-2 likes. And then like Mark did it, and like a couple of people were like, oh yeah, I want to see this. So it's like that's what kind of makes my mind up with it, because if it is the fight, if the fight would be for the smaller community, if the smaller community aren't even there for the call out, are they going to be there to watch it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So speaking about content, as we're here talking about reviews and that, obviously you're a man that, does quite well with his views and whatever. So what content goals have you got this year?
I just want to make good videos, man. Like before, I was all about consistency, but I've come to realize that being an editor, working with someone who dominates the YouTube boxing space, like I can't be as consistent. I've realized that now, and I'm done making promises to people saying I'm going to upload once a week, because realistically on YouTube you don't need to do that anymore. Like look at the greats, look at like Nico Milano, look at some of the big guys in the scene. You don't need to upload like to grow, yeah, but I've gotten to a point with my channel where I don't need to. I've got people there. Like, granted, they may not all be there for the YouTube boxing content. A lot of it is YouTube Shorts, and that does work a treat. But yeah, I do have that there. So I'm just trying to make good videos, like YouTube boxing related videos, because I can't lie. It's like you can make an amazing YouTube boxing video, but if the scene's not popping, then it's not popping, and like the algorithm isn't going to really bless you. And I'm just being calculated with it. Like the last video I did with the YouTube boxing rewind video that I did, it was a really good video. I spent ages on it, but I didn't calculate it enough to the point where if I uploaded it after the Jake Paul Andre August fight and the KSI Speed fight, it would have done a lot better. But I kind of got the low end because I got impatient. I uploaded it before.
Yeah.
But so I'm just being calculated. I want to make good videos, especially if I want to box. I'm going to make a lot of call out videos. And yeah, that's where my mind is with the content right now. Obviously working with Wade, people think that like I'm lazy with the scene, but I generally am working like 24/7 with this content. So it's like it's quite a lot with my own channel as well, but that's why I'm just doing what I enjoy. Because if I don't enjoy it, then the video's going to be shit. So
exactly that. But mentioning Wade there. No, I'm asking something. I don't want you to avoid the question. I want an actual answer. How much is Wade paying you?
Bro, I can't say that. I
We
can't
want
say
to know.
that.
The people want to know. How much is he paying?
He's paying me kindly. Wade is a good boss. He's paying me very nicely. I'm gonna have any other question you can ask me, I'll answer that one. My mouth is closed with that one. I'm sorry, Cal. I'm sorry to let you down.
Okay, right. Well, okay. Next question. How much is YouTube paying you?
Oh, YouTube. I mean, okay. Considering my YouTube channel, to be fair, you'll be surprised. The most amount of money I've gotten off YouTube is from a YouTube short.
Right.
And you're gonna be it's gonna so the YouTube short got I think 60 million views. So that's quite a bit. I'm gonna need to scroll down to find it. And I think I made a decent amount of money, to be fair, but nowhere near the amount I thought that much would get me.
Right.
Sorry, I can't even find it. Wait, is it? Okay, now here it is. All right, 52 million views.
Right.
The revenue I made is exactly 1K. So it's decent for a YouTube short, to be fair. In terms of like a long form video, probably like £100 or something. That's what I'm saying. It's not that sustainable. You know what I mean? So if I want to, like, the money I'll probably spend on making these videos, I'm barely kind of making it back. And like obviously I don't live and breathe my own channel, so I can't expect to make loads back. But yeah, that's the let me just quickly plug this in so my light's a bit brighter. Sorry to the audience watching at home.
Yeah, I don't want. I've got the picture of you. You were sorted.
Actually, no, I think is that's right, isn't it? This light.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. That's perfect.
I'm
I'll put my flashlight up anyway if all
and
goes wrong.
talk us about the weight loss. So you've lost a decent amount of weight now. How much have you lost?
I've lost, well, as of today, 17.7 kg. So that's like 40 something pounds since
Yeah.
August. But yeah, I mean, it was a struggle losing it, and I'm still trying to lose more, trying to lose another like 10 kg. I'm still trying to go down. But it was ever like last year because it was my first year of like editing, trying to get into this whole scene, working at home. Man, I was just eating I was eating so much. Like I didn't at the time I didn't really realize, but I was obviously wasn't moving. So the calorie ratio was insane. So I was just putting up loads of weight until August. And then like, I went to a festival and I looked at pictures of me back and I was like, damn, like how am I want to box next year and I'm looking like that. Do you know what I mean? So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do it. Like, why not? Like, I'm really unhappy. Like, I'm not gonna lose anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, so just been doing that, and it's also helped me with like I've just been doing cardio every day. Like, bro, like I've gotten to the point where I'm burning like 600 calories in 30 minutes, which like is quite a bit, and it's helped me with the boxing as well because with the sparring, bro, like my fitness is insane. Like my boxing technique, like it's getting there, but like the fitness, I mean, that's helps me out a lot. So yeah, so like the goal was to look better, but now the goal is slowly changing into how is it going to help me in the boxing ring. So yeah,
That's good, man. What kind of cardio have you been doing?
literally on just the steady machine bike over there. So I've just been doing hit workouts. So like 2 minutes on level 5, 1 minute on level 20. Just been doing that and just been trying to improve my time. Like obviously at the beginning, I wasn't doing it for that long or wasn't trying to burn that many calories. I was literally got on it probably for like 5 minutes and I was flipping having a cardiac arrest over there. But I've just been consistently doing it and just last night it was just kind of like it was a wake up call because I was doing that very same exercise while I was watching the fights.
Yeah.
And I was doing it and it's quite intense and I was doing it in the same at the same time as the rounds were starting in the actual fight and I was realizing, all right, well, I'm probably decent. I could get in the ring right now with my fitness, but it just with the boxing side of things, I need to train a bit more. Like I'm not big headed. I'm not gonna say that I'm Tyson Fury, but like for what I have done and from I'm decent. People have told me that I'm decent. It's just about the fundamentals a bit more because I don't want to get in the ring like Brandon the Bomber Jensen last night because he's someone I looked at and I thought, okay, this is his third fight. He's quite decent, but his fundamentals weren't there. Like he was really good, and it reminded me of a quote. It's like I'm probably gonna butcher this so bad, but it's like the man who practiced every punch 100 times is worse than the man who probably fucked it. But it's basically saying that your fundamentals are the most important thing. And it just he had an idea of what to do, but because he hadn't like trained those fundamentals in properly, he crumbled as soon as he started getting hit back. But fair play to him as well. But yeah, that's kind of my goal with things. So by the end of the year, bro, I'm gonna be ready. I'm sparring already, so yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
And I think I know your quote quickly. I think it's do not fear the man who's trained 100 punches once. Fear the man who's trained one punch 10,000 times or something like that.
That's it. That's the one. I absolutely butchered that. I don't even know what I was saying. Yeah, no, that's the quote, and I think it's so true because I feel some people get in the boxing ring, they get quite excited, they just want to do everything. But it's literally, I have a like boxing bag over there, and just as of now, like I'm not going in there fucking throwing 100 different types of punches and trying to like simulate a fight. I'm going in there and I'm literally throwing a jab 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Trying to just get my muscle memory to just do things like that, because in this scene, like, the training isn't going to be Olympic level, it's not going to be pro level, but I'm just going to do what I can do and just be ready for a scrap.
I think that's the beautiful thing about boxing as well. You get to see your progress over time, where you started, how much you've developed.
100%. No, literally. Like, look, it's funny. I think everyone has the same moment of, they record themselves when they first get into boxing, punching a bag, and they look at it like a couple months afterwards, and they just have that embarrassment moment when they just think, "What on earth are you doing?"
Yeah.
But I think everyone who's tried, everyone's done it, and it's so funny, because I don't think that ever goes away as well. Because I've been like, ever since I've literally, like, since I've always, like, been into boxing. I've done, like, sessions since I was flipping like 11, 12. So it's like I've really been into this for a while. So it's like, it's funny looking at where I am now and where I was, because oh no, it was terrible.
So, since you've been, like, doing sessions for that young, how young have you been into boxing, and what got you into it?
I'll be real. It was the YouTube boxing stuff with Joe Weller, KSI, obviously. And the thing is, I don't care saying that. There's some weirdos in the scene that if you say that, they're like, oh, look at this guy, he's only into this because of KSI and Joe Weller. But you know what? It's like, they will be the same people who will go, oh, look how much KSI's done for boxing.
Yeah.
But then they don't like it when they meet someone who's actually in it for that. But I am, and the thing is, you only really get into your favorite sports as you get older, when you're younger, like around like that teenage age. So if you're thinking about it, like, that is the time I probably would have got into another sport anyway, probably boxing anyway. Like, at that time, I wasn't just watching those fights. It was just, it saved boxing, because the entertainment wasn't there like it used to be. So yeah, that's how I got into it, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's kind of like, such a positive thing for these influencer boxing, and I can't wait for the day where someone becomes a world champion and says, "Oh, I got into boxing because of KSI and Yogan," because
It's gonna happen.
It's going to happen, and then the boxing purists are going to realize, like, oh wait, yeah, YouTube boxing's actually done a yacht for pro boxing as well.
No, literally. When that happens, the thing, it's funny, because I don't ever see those casual, like, the thing is, it's funny because I always hear, like, oh, the casual viewers, but I never see them. They're weird. They're a weird breed of human, because like, you just hear about them, but it's like they're fucking aliens. Like, they're just, you'll hear what they say, but then you never like even like some, like, my family, like, they're big pro boxing fans, but they can still appreciate like the YouTube boxing stuff, because it's boxing, two people getting in a ring. The tag team stuff, maybe not, but the misfit stuff, just two guys getting in the ring. How can you hate it? It's
and it's beneficial to kids and all that. What's one thing you would add or change about the small creator boxing scene for the UK side?
Oh, there's quite a lot. I think, first of all, I think there's a lot of animosity between the CEOs. Like, I don't care. Like, a lot of these guys are my friends, calling themselves the CEOs. We're all people at the end of the day. You've created this thing. Maybe you like calling yourself a CEO. I think it's very like, you know what I mean. I don't know how to word it, but it's like, because it's like with Jalem. I love Jalem, but like, he's, when I speak to him, when I like see his tweets, I don't see him as Jalem. Oh, he's the CEO. He's just the guy who's made it. And I think there's a lot of, like, everyone thinks they're misfits. Everyone thinks they're kingpin. But realistically, everyone needs to work together, because that's the one thing the American side is doing amazing. Like, they probably don't live in the same area. They're all flying out to put on these events. Because they're all united. But all the UK side, everyone's just beefing with each other, which is stupid, because, like, if anything, we're in a good position where we can get to each other and we can put on these events so easily. But they're all kind of just delaying it, because I think egos, and everyone has an ego. I have an ego. It's like, you can't prevent it, but at the end of the day, I think they have to let that go to a certain extent.
Yeah.
And because think about if everyone at the beginning still stayed together now, how many events, especially with DKM coming along, like, what could have happened by now? but it's been ruined by everyone just falling out. And you can't really blame a specific person because everyone's just kind of let their egos get involved, including me. I probably like when I was working alongside outcasts, like some of the stuff at the beginning, I probably put in ideas when I shouldn't have been in that position to put in ideas as well. So yeah, but like the biggest thing now, that's why I'm like I don't want people to think I'm playing sides when I'm saying that I'm speaking to Breakout, I'm speaking to Outcast, I'm just doing whatever's going to be best for the scene, to be honest. And I encourage people to do that. I don't encourage people to pick, I'm Team Outcasts, I'm Team DKM. No, just be yourself, be your own person. Do what's best for you. And if people don't see that's what's best for you, then they don't care about you and they care about themselves. So you just need to, everyone just needs to kind of get over themselves, kind of realize what could improve this scene, what they're doing wrong, what they're doing right. And if everyone came together, it would just be so much better, man.
It would. This thing could be incredible if every small creator did unite.
Trust me, honestly.
Why are you just smiling, Carl? I thought you were going to ask something.
What, I mean, and Cal having a face-off or something midway through the interview.
Staring contest. Staring contest. Staring contest.
Oh, bro. I might. Oh, maybe online I could do that, but in real life I can't make eye contact.
Okay.
I'm so.
3, 2, 1, go.
If we win, we get your channel.
Actually, this is easy.
Not for me, Mikey made me burst out yapping and cunt.
The last time I did it with Cal, I lasted 3 minutes.
We can go all day.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that short revenue.
This is a mind game, and I'm not losing this one.
Ah!
Oh, Cal's up.
All right, lovely. Wait, are we still playing?
Yeah.
I've already blinked. Fuck. All right, you
win. I get the channel.
You get the channel. As long as I beat Cal, that's fine.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck you.
And as well, say with Misfits, would that ever be a goal or an option for you? Because you said you only want a fight as a one-off, but surely if you got offered to be on Misfits, you would do.
I mean, the thing is, there's a lot of people in this scene who want to get on Misfits for the sake of being on Misfits. I honestly couldn't care less. I just want to fight. And like me and Mams have spoken before, and I'm sure he knows that if he wants me to fight, we can do that. I can do that. When I put out something with Mo Saeed reacted, and like I heard a couple of people speaking about that could potentially happen on Misfits. Leo Ains versus Mo Saeed, editor of KSI versus editor of Wade. I mean, but then again, it's like I'm not gonna beg a grown man for a fight. You know what I mean? If the fight's there to be had, then I'll obviously promote. I'll obviously talk my shit. But there's no point. Mo's a nice guy. And he's busy. Like if I think I'm busy, he's probably busy. So it's like I don't really want to like beg someone to do it. But yeah, again, if the offer's there, and because at the end of the day, it's like Misfits is a big stage, and maybe if I do fight and they do want me to come back, maybe, but it just depends who, because I've just tried to get rid of my ego recently and tried to get rid of like seeing that I want to do this. I just want to do what's best for me. And like if the same thing goes, if they want me to fight someone who's just like flipping like Halal Ham or someone stupid like that, like no offense to Halal Ham, but you know what I mean? It's like why would people want to watch me fight Halal Ham? I don't like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I get what you
mean. That's my mindset with it anyway.
To be fair, I respect that.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that, because no, to be fair, it's like I came up in the YouTube scene through the small creator videos. Like my first 2 videos were about like the small creators like in its infancy, like with it, that was when I had Fox the G. That's when Fox the G was considered a smaller creator. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it like it'd be nice, and like it'd be a nice ending to chapter 1 of the Leo Ains story. And I don't, you never know. Chapter 2 could end with a fight on Misfits. Chapter 3 can. But something funny when Jalen was speaking to me about potentially fighting on Outcast. We were speaking like for a couple of hours about who I could be fighting, and I genuinely said that Bad Boy Beeman in a good year or two, if I get a couple fights. Maybe I don't know how I do, but because we actually had a kind of past, pulled each other out, I absolutely 10-8'd him and got like ratioed him hard. Like the thing is, I mean, I'd be up for that in the future, but like we respect each other now, so maybe that's gone. But in terms of challenging myself, that's kind of the bar I set for Janima. I said, look, for me, the story has to make sense. Like the story is 50% of it. The opponent's clout is 25 and their experience is 25. So that's where my mindset is with it. But like that's just the bar. Like if I don't know who I want to fight, but that's the thing. If you're watching this right now and you want to fight me, like just show me where the numbers are. Like not in terms of money, in terms of viewership, and let's do it. So
what about you versus Jayam? I know that fight was originally meant to happen on 001, wasn't it? So the story's there. Is that a possibility?
Okay, no, but the story is like it depends what you consider a story, because the story has to have, in my opinion, a fight has to be the climax of a story. So this is the end.
Yeah.
There's the beginning, which is where me and Jalen were supposed to fight. I fucking got cut it on the top of my head, so I couldn't do it. The beginning, no, the middle, then is me and Jalen becoming good friends, and then like being nerds and speaking about Star Wars together, and then like commentating, and then the end is supposed to be a fight. So it's like there's not really a lot of hype for that. Like with me and like I mean maybe it's my fault. I gotta just stop forgiving people, and I've just got to start like you know what I mean. So, but yeah, that's the thing as well. I don't want to ruin kind of friendships with people to fight them, because at the end of the day, if the friendship's there in the first place, why should I fight them? So like with like in terms of who I'm looking at right now, I think Mark Flames is quite high up, because I don't know that kind of the whole UK versus US thing that does intrigue me. But again, they're all of these guys there. I'm not taking them off the list because their followers not there. They're on there, and if they do something for me to acknowledge, they're just going to be put higher. And then when the time comes, when the contracts are sent, I'll just pick whoever's, because that's the thing. Like, I'm not even to be like I said, I got rid of my ego, but the ego is still there. I'm picking my opponent. I don't really care. Like people aren't going to say I'm fighting. Well, maybe if it's on Misfits, I'll take that. But if it's in the small scene, I'm picking my opponent, or at least it'll be a decent negotiation. It won't be okay. Well, you have to fight him when you're not on the card. Piss off. I'm doing what I want to do. That's my mindset with it, and I think I deserve it personally.
True.
I've tried to help the small scene. Like I've done things with the small scene when I didn't really have to, and like I'm not saying I'm not like kind of, you know, I'm not trying to have a sob story, but I feel like I enjoy the scene a lot, and that's why. And not even to be like main event, I wouldn't even care as long as there's not 3 people watching in a back garden. That's that's all I'm happy with.
Yeah. Well, guys, you've got to call out Leo, because we need to find Leo a fight.
Let's go.
But yeah, with under 2 minutes left, is there anything you would like to say to the audience? Any final words?
Be ready for content coming soonish. I'm not going to be making any promises, but it'll probably come soon. Show love to the smaller creators. The DKM 24th of March, Finn McGuire versus Massage. Is that his name?
I say always say Massage, but I don't think that's right.
Massage, whatever his name is. I'm sorry, I don't want to waste time. But did you see the slap he did, and then he ran? What was that, man?
If the commentator's the ring announcer's face was like,
oh, fucking Gary Glitter, what's it called? He was pissed. It was. But that's the thing. If you're gonna throw hands, just like throw a punch. You know what I mean? Like that was perfect. That was like, that was That was just a bit that I cringed at that. I can't lie, but yeah, watch that fight. Massage versus Finn McGuire. That'll be a good one.
Well, it's the way to end. But Leo, thank you so much for coming on. We'll get you on as well eventually in the future. It's always good having you on.
100%, boys. It's a pleasure to be here, boys. The best podcast in the scene, as I said. Everyone, make sure to like, subscribe, and comment. And call me out if you're brave enough.
Yeah, and
I already have.
I'll get the channel details later.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's good. I'll PayPal you that 1,000 as well for the shorts video. So
Thanks, man.